Um, so I just watched a vlog that I made about a year ago, September 28th, 2022. Today is October 12th, 2023. Um, and yeah, so much has happened. So much since I made that video, and I feel like I've changed and grown so much, and I've experienced so much. Um, yeah, I was really happy I made that video, even though I remember feeling really nervous and vulnerable while I was filming it. Um, and yeah, I was like, I can't watch that ever. But I watched it, and it wasn't as cringy as I felt like it was. And yeah, my hair was really long and fuchsia. Um, I cut off all the fuchsia bleached bits back in February or March or something like that this year. Um, but yeah, I came out with the album I had been talking about creating for the longest time. Um, and yeah, it was really wonderful to make, um, but also really difficult. No, I shouldn't say it was wonderful to make. It was very stressful, and yeah, just trying to pull something like that off without very many resources was extremely difficult and not fun. It was not wonderful to make, but I'm very proud of it, and it's wonderful that it was made, and I got a lot of help from yeah, from Ava and Kalela and Corvin are on it as well, and EXO is on it, playing drums. Corvin and Kalela play on Soy Sauce, and then Ava plays guitar on the album as well. Um, and yeah, and I started playing Min's 12 string. She lent it to me, and yeah, so that's changed SoyJoy quite a bit, um, and yeah, we were playing as a band for a while, but then you know everyone had other stuff come up for them. People have acting careers. You know how it is. Um, but yeah, and so I started playing solo more, and as much as I love having the full band, it is a lot of work to like rehearse, um, and yeah, and I think I've just felt like a big sense of responsibility to like make sure my bandmates feel comfortable and are enjoying themselves. But I feel like I've kind of worried about that to the point where, yeah, it was just more work than I was able to do. It wasn't work that people expected me to do necessarily, but I want my bandmates, and more importantly my friends, because they're all my friends, to yeah, enjoy playing and feel comfortable. Um, but yeah, it was a lot, so I just started playing solo more, um, and yeah, and I really enjoyed playing solo, and then like once in a while having the full band, or like playing with Ava or like EXO, here and there. But yeah, I've transformed a lot, and I'm 23 now. I'm like going into my mid 20s, and yeah, and Ava and I have been living in this ground suite apartment together, which was really um, helpful for finishing up the album. Um, yeah, she was like a really amazing supporter um, in the project. You know, I could like bounce off a lot of my ideas um, with her, and yeah, she helped produce it. We co-produced it, and yeah, and I don't know. Um, I got a concussion end of January, so I didn't play any shows in February. I was just bedridden for the whole month. Um, so that forced me to take a break. But yeah, I've been like consistently playing since I started playing live, like back in May 2022. And I like kind of took it slower in like September and October, um, but then oh God, so much has happened. But yeah, well, SoyJoy got into Shindig, and we made it to the finals, and that really put SoyJoy on the like Vancouver radar, and I don't know, just all the CITR people and like all these random people started, you know, like trying to um, uh, yeah, get in on SoyJoy, and like yeah, it was cool, but it was like overwhelming, and I felt um, kind of tokenized, and everyone kept thinking that I'm indigenous to Turtle Island. Um, like someone put um, a SoyJoy song on their radio show after they did a land acknowledgement, and they're like, well, given that we are on Musqueam territory, here's a song by SoyJoy, an indigenous band, and like, yes, I've had my indigenous friends play with me, but I'm Korean, and it's like felt wrong to be given opportunities because people think I'm indigenous. Like it feels wrong for me to not, you know, be vocal about it. So I've like put that I'm a mixed Korean European settler um, on like the different bios and stuff. But yeah, I just had been doing SoyJoy stuff, and I was completing the third level of ASL at VCC. Um, it's like the part-time sign language learning course. Um, and then I was just like going through a lot in my personal life, in my love life. And I was like, yeah, I was kind of unhoused over the summer, like back in 2022 into the fall. I was like, yeah, housing insecure. Um, so yeah, I'm just like, how did I do that? That's I don't know how I did it, but I did it, and I'm very proud of myself. And yeah, I kind of showed myself that like I can take on a lot. Not that I should take on a lot, because it, you know, takes a toll on you. But yeah, so it was really fun to play Shindig, but um, yeah, and that like I don't know, I started to get like recognized on the street or like at shows, and yeah, and like it just I talked about in the other video how like I started like seeing stuff and like just this like veil. I don't know if I mentioned this specifically, but it felt like this veil had just been like ripped off, and I could finally like see energies and feel energies. Like I went through some kind of like energetic, like spiritual transformation, um, and I started to like understand myself more, who I am, um, and yeah, I got to understand my own spirit more, and I yeah just sort of surrendered, and just trusted in my path, I guess. But yeah, so Shindig happened, and then I like the week after, so like it was like December 30th. Ava and I played at 648 Kingsway, um, and like the space was filled, it was packed, and I was like, oh, okay, this is like really a thing now, I guess. Like I'm still like, an emerging artist, up and coming artist, but um, in so-called Vancouver, um, I yeah I feel like I'm pretty known, and yeah, and it's been like a journey to navigate, the sort of social scope of all of this, just like people projecting things onto you, um, projecting their insecurities or like wanting things from you, to sort of like on so many levels, but it's just kind of, yeah, it's been overwhelming. And yeah, I haven't really had time to like stop and process. But I'm doing that now. Um, I'm not playing any SoyJoy shows in October. Um, well, I did end up opening for Moon Bandits and the Limes and Moon Pillow, because the opening local act, wasn't able to play. So they asked me if I could open, and I was like, I just announced that I'm taking a break, but yeah, it was fun and it was nice. But yeah, I so yeah, Shindig happened, and then I, you know, like yeah, played a radio show and got more gigs, and then yeah, Pigeon Pit and Apes of the State were touring, and Loams from Pigeon Pit messaged me and asked me if I could help put on, a show for them in March. And so I did that, and it was like probably one of the biggest shows I put on, and I was like so stressed. And also, yeah, SoyJoy and Number One Special, we opened for them, and Dana Scully was also touring with Apes of the State and Pigeon Pit, and yeah, that was really fun and really awesome. And also, I think that show, yeah, kind of gave me a bigger audience, and then made me into like the folk punk liaison of Vancouver, which is kind of hilarious. But yeah, but also fun. And yeah, and I don't know, that that show really taught me that I have to be very direct and assertive um, towards everyone, and because yeah, people don't know what to expect, like from me, and I really, yeah, take shows seriously and want them to be the best that they can be. You know, it's like kind of an art form in and of itself, doing all this like curation and it's a hat I really like. But yeah, I just like learned to communicate better, um, so that everyone could be on the same page, and so that like, you know, people know what you're expecting and like what your needs are, and you really have to assert it because like other people just don't know, and you don't know what other people's expectations and needs are. And that's like sort of bled into like other parts of my life. And yeah, I think just getting older too, like I'm still young, but like I starting to, you know, really see that like now I'm just gonna get older, you know, like um it's not like this that I'm looking forward to, it's like aging that I'm looking forward to. And yeah, I'm looking forward to it. And I'm looking forward to growing and developing myself as a person and as an artist. And um, yeah, I like learning to feel more comfortable with like taking up space. I think before I like didn't take up enough, but I think it is important for me too. Um, and I can do a lot of good um, with, you know, being in my own power and being vocal, um, and yeah, knowing what I want and what's needed, and um, yeah, so um, yeah, so we played that show. It was amazing, and yeah, that like grew my audience quite a bit, put me on the radar a little bit more. And then what happened? Oh yeah, and then I was just like, I gotta finish this album. It's called Not in Service, and we released it on my birthday um, in June, and that was, yeah, that was awesome. Did a release show at 648 Kingsway, and lots of people came, and Freddie came up and played, um, and yeah, that was really beautiful, and yeah, and then played a lot over the summer, which was overwhelming, but also great. Um, and yeah, and I've been like playing drums for TJ Felix with Phoenix and Matt, like since last October, and like playing drums has been really, really great. And it's been nice to like have this other project where I can like be musical but not fronting the band. They're not my own songs. Um, like I'm more in the background, and um, yeah, following someone else's artistic direction more. But I can like, you know, it's like such a good outlet, and it kind of like brings out this like beast or something out of me when I play drums. It's like really hardcore music, really incredible stuff. TJ Felix is amazing, and Phoenix and Matt are amazing musicians that I really, um, yeah, look up to and have had such a pleasure playing with. And yeah, and we went to Calgary to play Slut Island in June. That was amazing, and got to hang out with our buddies still depths that are like kind of based both in Calgary and here. They're originally from there, but um, yeah, so that's been awesome. That was awesome, and and then hmm, yeah, and then I did a not West Coast, Pacific Northwest tour recently, like 3 weeks ago with Freddie, and yeah, and I got to meet a lot of amazing people, and it's a lot of like but I still can't drive, so Freddie did most of that, which I'm so grateful for them, and they've been such a big supporter of SoyJoy, and their partner made cassette tapes for me, and like yeah, and then I played in Seattle for NB Party again solo, but I went down with Sasha from YVR Underground, and Baby, who's an amazing artist as well. They drove me to NB Party because they wanted to go, and Sasha filmed me, and that was awesome. But yeah, and the tour was really exhausting, but yeah, it was really nice to like spread my medicine like to other cities and other communities and other scenes, and yeah, met really lovely people. Got to play with Miriam Hacksaw and Eugene and hang out with her as well. Um, yeah, Olympia was so great, and like a lot of Koreans, not a lot, but like I think at least like 3 or 4 Koreans came out to the shows in the U.S., which was really interesting. Um, but like Freddie and I are both Korean, so it makes sense. But yeah, and then I hung out in Seattle for a week after, and just got to like decompress and like rest and be away from all my um, responsibilities here. Um, and yeah, that's been pretty tricky. Um, I don't even know how to talk about it, but um, yeah, I've just felt a lot of like pressure um, towards me, and yeah, I don't know. I'm too confrontational, I think. So I've just like had to deal with a lot of conflict and a lot of people being inappropriate at shows, and, like harassing me or like my friends, bandmates slash bandmates. Um, and yeah, Ava and I played Green Auto Fest, and I played for TJ like the day, or not the day, like on the same day, but like a few hours earlier. Like I like gave it my all, and I was so exhausted, and then I had to like play a SoyJoy set, um, just me and Ava that time, and yeah, I was like so out of it, and we like just gave it our all. And then after we got off stage, and it was like a big crowd, everyone just like swarmed me and were like trying to talk to me, and I like was just like, I need to smoke. I just need to smoke, and I was not there. And then Ava was just like pushing like our way through and like telling people to back off, and um, yeah, and that was like pretty traumatic, kind of scary, and like I clearly looked really unwell, but um, yeah, I think that's kind of the harder part is like the celebrity culture that like we all kind of have to deal with, um, and yeah, and people using shows to like be around me and like my friends slash bandmates or like whoever, it's just been a lot to deal with, and like this art is already so much to navigate and deal with. Um, so I'm taking a break, and um, I'm actually, yeah, going to Korea for the winter, and then I'm planning on moving to Toronto next year. I'm applying to an ASL interpretation degree, bachelor's degree, um, and yeah, and I don't really know what I'm doing with SoyJoy. Um, I have a few new songs. I'm kind of going in like a alt country esque direction, like an alt country direction. Um, but yeah, I don't know. It's been a lot, and it's been amazing and beautiful, um, and it's really nice to get all the feedback. I like Not in Service, the album like topped the CITR charts back in June, which was cool. And yeah, and I've got like shirts that um yeah, Min designed shirts, and they're really beautiful. But yeah, I I don't know. Um, yeah, I've been doing like door and bar shifts at Green Auto um, since like May, and since August I've been bussing at Bonds, um, which has been good. I don't know. It's nice to have like roles where I'm not like leading, um, but yeah, I it's a lot to hold, and there's a lot of things I want to do with my life that aren't like about music, like visual art, or supporting the deaf community and learning sign language and working studying to become an interpreter, um, going back to Korea and like being with my family and like learning about all the different kinds of art that exist there. I want to read more. um, yeah, I've been painting a bit and journaling, and also just like healing myself and unlocking a lot of superpowers and spiritual gifts, and um, yeah, I don't know. It's a lot, and I've been seeing a lot of things, and yeah, just like understanding myself as a healer, and that's such a complicated thing to navigate, and I'm trying to do that work on myself, and um, trying not to be scared of my like mediumship powers. Yeah, it's a lot, but um, yeah, I'm learning to like not hold on to all these energies all the time, and like I'm a little more calloused and a bit tougher from this past year. It's been a lot of work, but it's like meaningful, and I feel good. Yeah, yeah. We'll see where things go, but I'm here right now, and yeah, that's my vlog. Maybe I'll do another one a year from now, and we'll see where I'm at then. But yeah.